Matt Gaetz versus Old Man Rogers. Rumble on the Hill. Let's do this. If you saw my short earlier, I had a little reaction to a CNN clip with them talking about the treachery on the hill. Well, I'm here to clown on them some more. So if you missed it, let's just go ahead and get into it. Here's the clip. And in their own words, listen to how bad it was. Amazing anybody survived it. Can't play it. That is unfortunate. Right, I'll bring it back.
Text to this, that moment on the floor, I want to show everybody the video when you saw Mike Rogers of Alabama appearing to...
Just to give it some context, right? Let's do that again. Context is key.
Text to this, that moment on the floor, I want to show everybody the video.
Please
when
do.
you saw Mike Rogers of Alabama
Now, keep
appearing
in
to have to be physically
mind that, like,
there's a pull back.
Pull back.
Yeah.
Right what happened?
Grabbed him.
What happened?
Physically restrained. Watch this again.
Watch his face.
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
As Kevin McCarthy is stonily walking away.
Stonily.
You said this is treachery.
Absolute. Well, first of all, I'd like to thank.
I know what treachery is. They don't know what that is, but evidently they know what stonery was.
Part 2. I've never seen the amount of treachery. Not since 1856,
that
when
word.
Preston Brooks, Kane, and Charles Sumner have we seen this kind of treachery under the Capitol dome.
Again,
This
God, treachery count.
This is crazy.
And they hadn't passed a rules package, so we looked at them the camera angles.
This is absolutely high drama, crazy stuff. I cannot imagine how McCarthy and McHenry, who I was heaping praise upon earlier for their, skills today.
Yeah, treachery. These clowns, man. These clowns. Now, keep in mind, like, there's crappy footage here because this is like a grab of a grab, right? And like it's this inception of idiocy because it's the C-SPAN footage ripped by CNN, who then ripped it or is ripped by Real America's Voice, and then I ripped it. So yeah, there's only one thief in the core, and I'm just trying to get my stuff back. Anyways, for context, they framed that as treachery. Did y'all even notice what happened? Like, it's such a nothing burger. Such a nothing burger. So these clowns are just making a huge stink about whatever it was. It is so... It's just so stupid. So stupid. Now, I'm going to go ahead and bring up the actual footage from C-SPAN, and we're just gonna walk through it. We're gonna walk through it, and I'm going to be pointing out some stuff, observations I've made, and I heard about it happening for hours yesterday. It's some dude got drug out by his neck and all this other stuff. I was like, wait, what? Like, I was expecting to see like riot lines outside. And then finally I see the footage. I was like, or I saw the screenshot of it and I was like, who is this dude? Like, oh, so dumb. And then I see the footage. I was just like, oh, it's so cringy because everything they say about it does not sync with the video of the event. Like, it doesn't. It does not. So I'm going to go ahead and go to Mini-Me here, surrounded by the real footage, much higher quality. And we're just going to walk through it. And I'm going to point out what I see, observations, the body language, the reading the room as far as gauging the atmosphere. If there's a situation brewing, it's a little biome. It's like going out in nature and the birds get quiet. Was that me or was it another predator? You know, like something's happening. You can sense it. You can sense it. If you're ever in a bar or a nightclub and something goes down, like our innate ability to sense danger, well, most of us, a lot of us, it's pretty attuned to what our surroundings are. And we can sense it, even though the music's bumping and everybody's yelling because they just can't hear over the music. You can sense when something's not right. It's the totality of the events around you. You're reading physical cues off of people, how they're reacting to what they're hearing, how they're leaning in, how they're posturing, and you can sense the whole herd mentality building and moving in the room. And it's kind of like, watching a whole huge flock of birds, how they just kind of know where to go and they rehearse it, Well, people are like that too. That's why inciting a riot is like highly illegal. You can whip the crowd, right? Well, reading the room, let's just see what we see. And as I notice things, I'll pause it quite a bit. I might back it up because there's certain things that I've noticed that I want to make sure you are too. So here he's walking up. He's relaxed. His shoulders are just kind of hanging low. His back's not stiff. He's eyeing the room as he's walking up the aisle. He's moving with a purpose, but nothing like his facial, his skin tone. Like he's not mad. Like his ears aren't red. He's not flushed. He's relaxed. Like you can see how the collar's digging in on his neck as he's walking. His arms are just kind of hanging. He's not bowed up, mad, walking with a purpose. He being McCarthy here. Ghoster just, man, poor Ghoster. Half the man he used to be only a few hours earlier. So back to McCarthy here. He makes eye contact and starts talking at distance. You said, and Matt Gaetz is pointing off down the way. And I believe it's towards his, where McCarthy's actually seated. He's pointing back that direction in the hall. And Matt Gaetz is sitting there just relaxed. Everybody's just paying attention to what's happening. Oh, everybody's paying attention because these are the two most powerful people in the country right here at this moment in time. Two most powerful people. What's going to happen, right? So everybody's paying attention. Even the people that aren't paying attention, they're probably texting people on what they're overhearing right now. Matt Gaetz he's in full recall. He's telling McCarthy whatever it was went down, and McCarthy's just asking what's going on with it. Flippant, like, no. You said no. As I say, composing, he's collecting his thoughts. His eyes are closed as he's taking a breath. He's offering something to him as he's saying, what if I gave you Chick-fil-A? And he's like, spicy or original? Give and take. They didn't lean in together. He leaned in and he maintained distance, all in a vert. Bobert, she's in a headspace right here. She is maintaining composure. And she is not giving off cues. She's in the moment for sure, but she is locked down. Birch here, just witnessing everything. Luna here is definitely paying close attention to what's being said, and she's definitely keeping eyes on her leader. Even though she had already given her vote, she is maintaining focus on what Gaetz is doing and saying. Around them in the back, anybody with these round buttons, they all match. They signify they are within the security plan. They're the PRS pins. They identify friend or foe. So the protection knows who's with who. Those are assigned. They are assigned for. They are highly controlled. I'm not going to go any more into it. But those that have pins are important people within the security and diplomatic world. The people back here have pins too because they belong there because they are working stiffs. These are security people. Staff, most likely. The guys in the blue blazers and red ties, working guys. We have guys that are doormen. who are holding points of entry, and then you have, I guess we should call possibly a body man, somebody who's grabbing a principal. Everybody else here, they're all clocked in. They're within the bubble, the protected area. Security's on the outside, maintaining the bubble, allowing these people to work and do their stuff in relative ease and peace. Look how relaxed they are. Crazy sock day, evidently, on Friday. Kick back in their elements. Calmly, quietly talking. There's definitely an exchange going on here about something, and he is like playing cards as he's going along. But that's all this is. That's all this is. Nothing heated, professional, cordial. I can see lips starting to move. Others are wanting to interject, but they're maintaining radio silence, allowing the leader to work. He's an organic leader. Bobert, very reserved in how she's talking here, as though she doesn't want somebody reading her lips, or she's speaking in a direct, low tone, saying something, whatever it was, important. But she picked her words, said them, and shut up. Like, man. People are hanging on the edges of their seats over this. Like these two kids here. The kids of, I think that might be his son. And boy, they are all in there. They're fascinating, lucky kids, man. So, anyways. And he just dismissed whatever McCarthy said. So McCarthy's serving stuff up to him. What about this? What about this? And he's like, no, that guy, no, this, blah, blah. Just like batting him down, not giving an inch. And then we just had a new player roll in right here. This guy. As he approaches, watch Gaetz' face. Is that you already saw him, and his head cocked, and his face changed. McCarthy's talking, he's getting feedback. He says something in response, and he interjects. Boom, nailed him. So in the professional world, what you have here is somebody punching up that doesn't need to be punching up. What I suppose has happened, and I don't know this guy's name. My own prejudices being what they are, I don't care for this guy too much. Just something about him. Meaning I don't care for him, meaning I'm not going to stand near this guy. I don't want to be around this guy. He just... He works for McCarthy. He's McCarthy's guy. So evidently there's been a big misunderstanding or something. McCarthy came to check with Gaetz what's going on. And so there's been a big misunderstanding, and there's been this exchange, this tit for tat, to the point these others are biting their tongues about it, not interjecting, even though they open their mouths and they shut up to not interfere, not to cloud the issue. They're allowing Gaetz to work, and it's working. Whenever something got missed or something was direct with Bobert directly to McCarthy, not big movements, speaking directly to him, keeping her lips tight so lip readers can't make out really what she says. She gave what information was needed, most likely, and then shut up. And the conversation continues. Until little cuck here shows up, thinking he needs to defend himself in this moment, and now cards are exposed. So now this fixer, who evidently had told McCarthy that he had something sorted out and it didn't pan out, McCarthy comes over directly to say, hey, what's going on? They've been sorting it out. This guy's like, oh crap. He runs up there to hear this going not so good for him. Just can't help himself. He has to defend himself, right? In his mind, he has to speak up for himself. The second he pipes up, once Gaetz saw him, you can see the change. And the second he talked, boom, trap was set. You can see it quick on the draw stroke, man. That's a sub-second par right there. He breaks into the conversation. Boom. I got you right there. I told you that this, boom, boom. He backs up. He cows. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. All right. Fine. Okay. Yeah. My bad. I'm sorry. That's on me. That's my bad. Totally cowed. He totally cowed. None of that has to do with like what this video is about, but just read the room, right? Like this is the exchanges that are going on. This is the atmosphere, right? This is what happens in every office, probably almost every day, especially like a high-paced job or something, high pressure. That's what you call a life lesson that guy should have just learned. Back to the room. We have people just minding their business, doing their jobs, watching and observing. Now, these two right here, I'm going to back up just a second. Okay, maybe a couple more seconds. This guy's just like listening in. He just saw this happen to the old timers, just like, oh, kid should have known better. That look on his face right there. That's so great. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. So sorry. And watch up here. You'll see Rosendale, I believe is his name. He's funny. Beard guy's enjoying it. Here he comes. Buzz cut right here, Rosendale. He's the one that trolled everybody with the Kevin Hurd. Well, watch him. He comes up, takes temperature, grabs his boy. They walk off. They turn and go. That just creates a hole, really. Just creates a hole. Nothing to it. They leave, but you see photographer, security's maintaining eyes on McCarthy. Beard man steps back, create room. They're still having an exchange, and here comes man of the hour. Da-da. Da-da. Now, does it look like he's ready to go to guns on somebody right about now? One, expression is clueless behind that 8-ball. He walks up trying to figure out what's happening. McCarthy is turning to walk away. Like he's turning to walk away. He's saying something, no idea. But this guy's trying to take a reading of the room and failing miserably. McCarthy stops, turns back. Whatever it is that he's saying here, he cues off on. He cues off. Just this, mind your business, dude. Mind your business. So he makes eyes with his boss and his soon-to-be real boss, right? And he inserts himself into the situation. He sees Gaetz pointing and saying something. And right here, he's disengaged. McCarthy's disengaged, and he's turning to walk away, and he's leaning in to say something. So now McCarthy doesn't see. He's unaware of what's happening right next to him. Photographer, security, just observing. This guy's rolled in behind. This is the gentleman from North Carolina. Sorry, I'm drawing a blank on his name right now. He's actually trailing him in. So maybe he heard him say something leading into it, and he's getting in close. Read his lips. Matt Gaetz. He says, Matt Gaetz. Matt was not looking at him. He had been talking to... Gaetz was talking to McCarthy. He's trying to get his attention. Rogers is. Watch Rogers and Gaetz. Leans in. He looks away. Matt Gaetz. And he goes on to say something else. I'll remember this. He gets grabbed immediately. All he's done here is point. He said Matt Gaetz. He's pointed and said, I'll remember this. And he immediately gets grabbed by the other congressman. Treachery. That's the fight. And McCarthy's like oblivious to it. How many fist fights have you been near in life that you were completely unaware of? Unaware of. You got people texting and looking all around, looking down. This guy's getting snatched up. I'll back it up again. There. Rosendale walks off. They're still talking. Looking for where he comes from. See if he comes from the outside. Nope, he comes from the other side of the chamber. Here he comes. Hey, boss, what's up? Oh. Matt Gaetz. I remember this. He still doesn't know it went down. They're already dragging him off, and McCarthy has no idea. People now start yelling like, "What's happening? It's the overreaction of the crowd." That's all this was. He stops like, "What's happening?" He turns around like, "What?" So he walks up there. He's like, "What's up?" "It's okay, boss. We got it. We got it. It's good." Like, he's saying some more. "It's okay. It's cool. We got it." They're trying to talk it down like, no big deal. These three are like, So he's like, "Screw it, I'm out." Like, whatever. Y'all handle it. I got bigger fish to fry. But that's the treachery that they want you to think, like, the Republican Party, like, they were just like imploding, breaking out into violence. That's it. They're showing you that little clip where you see a guy getting handled. Not the best way to handle that. But that was probably no worse than anything that, aggressive that has been said on that floor from one congressperson to another. Matt Gaetz, I'll remember this. Oh, but he pointed. Oh, Matt Gaetz, I'll remember this. Like, now we don't know what was said, the precursor, the pre-attack indicators that, hey, let's go back. Do y'all see any pre-attack indicators? Go all the way back. Okay, he's not in the shot yet. Look for pre-attack indicators. The pond, you got the antelope drinking, you got the white little birds like on the hippo's back and all this stuff. Everything's peaceful. The water is like glass, right? Where's the crocodile at? Oh, here he comes. Any indicators of an attack? There's your attack. He pulled him back. He didn't even throw him in the head. Like, he just pulled him back and kept talking. He's like, "Shut up, dude." He put his hand over his mouth. So crazy. That's the kind of crap they're trying to pull over on the American people. That they are going to sit here and spin this. And they are. They're spinning it like it's some huge drama. Like it's some huge deal, right? It's so stupid. It's how dumb they think you are. It's how dumb they think you are. Now, I know there's got to be some backstory, right? And I found a clip. Let me bring it up for you real quick. I found a little clip here, and it's Matt Gaetz in the day or so prior to this treachery.
But we were threatened by my committee chairman-to-be on the Armed Services Committee, Mr. Rogers, that if we did not vote for Mr. McCarthy, we would be removed from committees. Our position is that if Kevin McCarthy is the Speaker of the House and we don't have an ability to ensure that there is... But we were threatened by my committee chairman-to-be on the Armed Services Committee, Mr. Rogers, that if we did not vote for Mr. McCarthy, we would be removed from committees. Our position is that if Kevin McCarthy is...
This man has got serious balls, man. So now there's been some previous drama that we know. They're at vote 14, some point after that. And like, this dude just walks up, like, "Where's he at? Where's he at?" And sees McCarthy talking to him. Now he's a committee chair. He's over the committees. So I'm important. He walks up, sucks up to boss. Does boss see me? Cool. He sees me, turns his eyes away. Boss walks away. He thinks he's sticking up for the boss, and the boss is he's paying attention. "Hey, Matt Gaetz, I remember this." Pathetic. Pathetic. That was his motive right there, because he had been trying to throw his weight around, trying to pressure and coerce, using threats and intimidation tactics like a third world despot. Matt Gaetz is like, "Yeah, they're threatening me. They're going to take everything away from me because of this, but this is more important than that. And that position's meaningless if we don't get what we're asking for." Unflappable. And the best part, you go back to that video, is like that guy gets drug off, and they're all just kind of sitting there like, "All right," they just go back to talking. Body language, just read the room. If that was an attack, how come nobody realized it? Like nobody instinctively fight, flight, freeze, continue the conversation. That's a new one. Pretty funny. Pretty funny. I got one more thing here I want to show you for some backstory. And or follow-on story here. And let me go ahead and get it pulled up real quick and I'll get my fat head out of the way so you can actually see it. And it's not just the left or mainstream media. It's all sides. It's everybody's like feeding frenzy on it, right? And this is coming from Gateway. Not harshing on Gateway, right? Not. I'm just showing you this is the temperature, guys. I would drop him like a bag of dirt. Representative Mike Rogers. All right, first of all, that's not him saying it. This is a horrible headline. So ignore that little initial quote. That's Rep Mike Rogers accused of drinking after he lunged at Matt Gaetz after his 14th failed vote for speaker. Explains his demeanor, how he walked, how he was really slow on the uptake. A little bit of tunnel vision going on because he had to look for the boss. Oh, does the boss see me? Good. All right, let me defend the boss. Does not even see the boss turn and walk away. Oh, wow. Now, who said that about bag of dirt? There it is. So look, he's going by the shoulder. He's like, dude, shut up. Now, if he was drunk as a skunk, and remember, what's his name? I know it says his name here. The gentleman from Hudson, Rep Hudson, kind of trailed him in there. He was probably out in the hall running his mouth. He's like, oh, this isn't good. So he just probably followed him in there like, oh, no. The second he started running his mouth at Gaetz, he's like, I got him out of here. Because he's over all the committees. And he's going to be here drunk, running his mouth, threatening people. Like, get him out of here before it's even worse. So, yeah, maybe let him talk about treachery and stuff and not the fact that you have a committee head that's like drunk as a skunk. Anybody else in government shows up to work ripped? Yeah. He should lose his position. He definitely should. He should be sitting in a broom closet. Anyways, I'm going on too long with this here. Bumped my head against 30 minutes. So let me just wrap it up with this great quote, though. On Saturday, we learned that there may have been some drinking involved before the fracas. You think? Representative Tim Burchett of Tennessee spoke with Kate Sullivan, blah, blah, blah. That's the gentleman with the short beard that was between Boebert and sitting on the end right there who had the drunk idiot right over him. He said, people shouldn't be drinking, especially when you're a redneck on the House floor. That's so great. It's just one of those things. You've been around fights before. You've seen it. Some guy gets in your face, and then it's just an unfortunate moment, is all it was. It shouldn't have happened. He shouldn't have crossed that line. Now, reading that, it sounds like, oh, he really crossed the line with the fight. It's like, no, and he's drunk at work. That's the line I think he's talking about. He's like, he crossed the line, getting hammered at work and running his mouth and getting in people's faces. Because one, you're making a scene, but two, you're drunk and you're in their face. They can smell it, which makes sense why the other guy put his hand over his face to shut him up. Oh, man. And then on down somewhere, he talks about the bag of dirt thing. I would drop him like a bag of dirt, Burgess said. Nobody's going to put their hands on me. Nobody's going to threaten me. Yeah. And yeah, it sounds a little braggadocious, but still, I mean, how much crap can somebody expect to take off of somebody who's trying to be a bully with their position, right? It's ridiculous. And then you got the media. Stupid media running their mouths, making a big scene about stuff. And it's the worst thing about it all. The worst thing about it all is that they think you're so dumb that you're going to believe their narrative. So as a reminder, both of what they said, but also as a reminder to make fun of them publicly. Let everybody know how dumb they are and that they're just bald-faced liars. So I'm going to go ahead and end it on this. In their own words.
To this, that moment on the floor, I want to show everybody the video when you saw Mike Rogers of Alabama appearing to have to be physically restrained.
There's a pull back.
Right on the face. Somebody grabbed
Oh, it's so bad.
Physically restrained.
It's the Murgatroyd. The pearl clutching, man.
Wow. As Kevin McCarthy is stonily walking
So
away.
bad.
Just Scott, you said this is treachery.
Absolute. Well, first of all, I'd like to
Your
thank
reporting is
all of our
treachery
viewers for
because
watching
guess
CNN's
what?
Exclusive screening of Snakes on a Plane Part 2.
Your words are not reflective of reality,
I've never
people.
seen the amount
Hang it
of
up.
treachery. Not since 1856, when Preston Brooks came Charles Sumner, have we seen this kind of treachery under the
Drama
Capitol dome. This
queen.
is
Was that on C-SPAN?
And the
Stupid.
said they hadn't passed a rules package. So we're looking at the camera
Until
angle.
next time.
This is absolutely high drama, crazy stuff. I can't imagine how McCarthy and McHenry, who I was heaping praise upon earlier for their, skills today.
Do they even pee standing up?